Hello, everybody, and welcome again to another episode of TRG Talks Digital. Today, I'm pleased to have with me Michele Wee, who's the former CEO of Standard Chartered Bank here in Vietnam. Hello, Michele.
Hi, Rick. Excited to be here.
Yeah, it's great to have you here. Former CEO. Mm-hmm. All right, that's interesting. That's a big role here in Vietnam. Mm-hmm. Can you tell us a little bit about your journey, how you got there?
Whoa. Okay. So I think the first thing I would say is that I've been in the financial markets for 30 years. My last big role was with Standard Chartered Bank in Singapore. Mm-hmm. About 4.5 years ago, there was an opportunity to take up the role as CEO of Standard Chartered Vietnam. Frankly, I never thought that this role would be something that would be open because of my background was very much in financial markets, very product driven. And we know that CEO roles are generalist roles. So it was an opportunity that I could not give up. And I really put my best foot forward, leaned in, and went for the interview. So luckily, the bank decided that the opportunity should be given to me. And so I landed in Vietnam 4 years ago. And it's been the best decision ever for me.
Mm. Okay, you say it's the best decision ever. Mm-hmm. What has made it the best decision ever?
You know, the thing that I asked for advice before I came onshore. And a very wise person told me, keep an open mind. Mm-hmm. And that is really what stuck with me. So I think because I kept an open mind, I was able to come into the role with no expectations. I fully embraced the culture. I already loved the team even before I landed. Mm. I had no, I hope I checked my ego at the door because I was asking a lot of questions, a lot of questions from the entire organization. Mm-hmm. So that was a big mindset shift for me. Now, on the skills side, I would say there's technical skills and there is the personal skills or interpersonal skills. And both of them have significantly improved in my view. So the interpersonal skills, clearly it's a new culture. The people are very different. I'm Singaporean. I come from Singapore. I've never worked anywhere else outside of Singapore till Vietnam. Wow. So to learn cultures, to learn how to communicate to cultures as you're implementing change, I think took all of my interpersonal skill sets. And then I had to reinforce them with new ways of working, with, I guess, different mindset, and upskilling myself. So that has been a fantastic journey for me. And on the technical side, because I was from markets, which is a highly technical part of the bank, coming in and having to learn the retail side of the bank has been extremely interesting. That is a space that I have never been involved in. So that was a big learning curve for me. So I'm better for it now. I do understand retail banking. And then, of course, as a CEO, you're responsible for the entire balance sheet of the company, but also everything through HR to governance and facing off to the government of Vietnam. So all that has been extremely exciting, steep learning curve, put me out of my comfort zone multiple times, maybe daily. But I would say, people say what does not kill you makes you stronger. Absolutely. And then, of course, there was COVID at the start of my tenure. And so that was a big learning curve for me as well.
And you were in Vietnam for COVID?
Yes. And I remember I was sitting in Singapore. And Singapore had their they called it the circuit breaker.
Mm.
And so when the opportunity came up, and at that time, Vietnam was really the poster child for managing COVID. This was before wave 3. So when I landed in Vietnam, I was so happy because everyone was masked off. And I was living in a mask for 1.5 years prior to that. So I was super happy. I came, I saw the way that Vietnam was managing COVID. It was great. I was very impressed. And then we had our wave 3, and then our severe wave 4. And being new on the ground, having to manage the bank through COVID, not understanding the culture, the people, and having to learn the bank was a very trying time. But when I look back, I think it was also the best opportunity for me. Why, you would ask? Because I think it gave me a whole year to really look internally, get to know the people, demonstrate my management skills, because I had to carry the bank through the whole COVID situation. And through that process, not only did my management team get to know me, but I think the people and my bench strength also got to know me, and I got to know them. So it was, I think, in a way, I was very lucky that I got 1 year of internal reflection and being able to put things in place. Whereas if I've come in and hit the ground running, I would be distracted with so many things. But having said that, after COVID, we pushed externally. So that has been wonderful.
So what was actually the most favorite thing, or even the most fun thing that happened during your tenure at Standard Chartered here?
I cannot say most, because I love my job so much. Every day was so fun. It's not without stresses. CEOs' jobs are very difficult, so let there be no doubt. But I would say that I have been blessed with a team. I was blessed with a team that was so open-minded, so receptive, agile, willing to learn, that when explained and communicated to, they embraced it, they gave it a try, and together we made a better team. So we did everything. I mean, we had a leadership team, Vietnam leadership team, that basically was my partners in what we tried to implement, or what we implemented in the bank, and they were my grassroots managers who really helped to implement change that we wanted to see in the organization. So we had 23 work streams across new ways of working, workforce transformation, culture change, and of course, business. So through that, we were always busy. I like to think that we were always smiling through the challenges. And I also feel that the collaboration, working together, got better over time. And so the team just got stronger. So it was always good fun.
Could you, just for the sort of sake of our listeners who don't know about Standard Chartered in Vietnam, so a lot of our listeners aren't in Vietnam, what's the sort of size and positioning of Standard Chartered?
Well, Standard Chartered is a universal bank. Vietnam has been around, I think this year it's 121 years. So it's a very, very long time. We are headquartered in Hanoi, and we have branch in Ho Chi Minh City. It's about 1,600 people strong, and we are equally split between Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City. The demographics of the organization is 98% Vietnamese. So we do support the communities that we operate in. The demographics is amazing. We have 70% female. And my management team was 50-50, I'd say slightly overweight for female. So it's by design, not by chance, that we actually implemented diversity and inclusion within the organization. And so we we had diversity of thought leadership, which is fantastic. And then we also had the ability to, I guess, the team at 1,600, it's not small, but it's not exceedingly large like some businesses with 50,000, 100,000, workers. So it was also fairly easy to communicate through the organization. So that's us. And it's commercial as well as retail banking. So full operational bank. So we'll be able to basically take good care of our customers and also to grow with them in whichever way and facet that they want to take their business, whether it's locally or cross-border, because Standard Chartered Bank on a whole is 59. We're in 59 countries, and we have a network that is very, very strong.
Now, you mentioned it's DEI by design, diversity by design. Was that your design, or was that something that was already in place before you got here?
So what I loved about Standard Chartered was they had a strong DEI culture. And because of the strong DEI culture, someone like myself, Singaporean, had the opportunity, female, had the opportunity to come to Vietnam to take on the most senior position in the country. So they meaningfully implemented this diversity of thought. Now, the bank is also very clear and transparent about their ambitions. For DEI. So there was we had a target that we wanted to hit for female representation, ethnicity, that everybody got behind and we lined up against. So what we had was a structure, we had a program. What I did in Vietnam was clearly I had the umbrella. Now, the implementation of this DEI culture was then left to local CEO. And I mentioned my Vietnam leadership team. My Vietnam leadership team really was the team that helped to implement DEI because we had, as I mentioned, we had 23 working groups across DEI, culture transformation, and workforce transformation. And so we had the leaders, the middle managers, the leaders of the organization curate programs that were relevant for our population. So then we were able to offer to our bench strength things that they needed to learn, did not know they needed to learn, and then ultimately wanted to learn. And we did that by clearly communicating, demonstrating, role modeling, and walking the talk, I believe. But of course, it sounds all really, really easy and good. Change is never easy, but it's good. So we just worked through the challenges and we pushed and we were always consistent with our efforts. So change happens when you're consistent.
Okay, so change seems to be the underlying theme of your time here in Vietnam. Now, and it also sounds like a little bit of a roller coaster journey. Okay, so what are some of the obstacles or pitfalls that you've faced in your time in Vietnam so far?
I would say, COVID was a big one, but COVID was a big one for everybody. Managing a bank through volatile times, and also in the last 4 years, I cannot say. Well, maybe we had 1 year where the trajectory for Vietnam was, after COVID, that year was a great year for everybody. When Vietnam, had fantastic GDP growth. But it's a volatile space. It's emerging market. Vietnam has so much ambitions that they want to achieve. And the bank lines up behind it to support the government's ambitions. But not only for commercial reasons, but also we believe in investing in the communities that we serve. And if we are able to put our money to good work, right? Money can be a force for good. So that's what we do. So during the implementation of all of that, I think having to navigate through macroeconomics, microeconomics, through the bubble burst in real estate. I think the slide for the equity markets, looking at the volatility of foreign exchange, that has implications on all parts of the bank. And we have to hold the ship steady, hold to our purpose, yet at the same time try, make sure that we are supporting the communities, our clients, helping them to navigate through the volatile times. It's always challenging. And that is a constant. So there is no most. There is constant, constant challenges.
Okay. So challenges. How about failures? What do you think has been your biggest failure so far, and what did you learn from that experience?
The bank, the bank is in a very competitive space. The local banks have many, have done a lot and are very progressive. So I'd say that as a foreign bank, it's highly competitive. Now, if I reflect back, could I have done better in terms of promoting Standard Chartered Bank as a bank, opening more branches, getting more visible in the market? I think definitely we all could have done better. But given the resources that was allocated, and it's also a timing issue, we did the best that we can. But I have a lot of faith in the current management of Standard Chartered Bank, Vietnam, and I'm sure they're putting their best foot forward in this extremely competitive space to get even bigger and better.
Okay. Now, you're the former CEO of Standard Chartered Bank, which means you've left them.
Yes,
Okay.
I have.
So a question before I ask you what are you doing now, what's the most important lesson that you've learnt whilst you were the CEO of Standard Chartered Bank here in Vietnam? What's your biggest takeaway from that wonderful experience?
I would have to say it's ownership, because it stops with you. And I think that if a leader feels accountable, they take ownership of whatever may come, whether it's challenges, opportunities, be the role model, walk the talk. And when you want to implement something, people can see you role modeling, and it's always easy to copy somebody who role models. So it all starts with us. And if we walk the talk and we have ownership and accountability, it's a large part of the job.
Wonderful. Now, what are you doing now?
Great question. Well, I handed over the role to a local female successor as of October of last year. I think that was a wonderful outcome for my tenure in Standard Chartered Bank. Local for local has always been, the right way that we wanted to execute for our different franchises in our global network. So that was, I think, a job well done. So I'm exceedingly proud of that. Then I had to make a decision. Do I go back to Singapore or do I stay, or where do I stay? So I decided that there are many forks in the road. So I chose to become and leave financial markets after 30 years to try my hand at entrepreneurship. So I started my own company from the 1st of January, so not that long a break. And it's called Who Says I Can't?
Who Says I Can't?
Yes,
Okay.
it's a Singapore-based company. And with that, I have my platform that I now do what I call my passion projects. I do some private investments, by myself in opportunities that excite me. And I focus on things that I like, and I think it's relevant to share my perspectives for humanity. Big word.
Big.
Yes. Any comments on the name of my company? Who Says I Can't?
Yeah, what was the inspiration for that?
It's a very personal name for me. And really, every time I think about Who Says I Can't, it is a gentle reminder to myself to be courageous. Because we need courage to really pick up and move forward. When one door closes, another opens. So the courage to step through those doors, live with whatever may come, be agile and innovative. So that's why I chose the name, because I want to be courageous as a human being, as a senior leader. So I want to walk the talk.
Okay. And you say you're doing your passion projects. So would you like to share some of your current projects that are driving you at the moment?
Sure. I can maybe talk about my North Star. So I have the wonderful experience through my previous role to see how transformation can happen. So my North Star has always been transformational leadership, diversity and inclusion, and empowerment. So these are my passion projects. Now, I wouldn't say it's particular to any industry, or because it cuts across all industries. It really talks about human capital. So I get excited and I decide to participate if it hits one of my North Star. And that can be with any institution, individual, organizations, companies that actually perform some of these one or more of these roles. So that's what I do.
Okay, and as you're doing that, and as you're beginning to engage with more and more people, and they're trying to find out more about what you're doing, and you're maybe seeing if it is in the right direction for you, are you seeing any trends at all?
In Vietnam in particular?
Everywhere.
Yeah, I think that the youth are now, they have a mind of their own.
Did they always?
They're getting stronger. They're going to take over the world. It's a different world. It's really a different world. And us people, generation, have to really open our mind and fully embrace what we are trying to say, whether it's, they don't learn traditionally anymore. They do not want to be in organizations that has no purpose, no ethics, no values. They are hungry for information. but at the same time, they're very impatient for success. You know, and I guess it's good, but also we know success doesn't come overnight. And if you're not working for it, then you don't really have a strong foundation. So it's important for us to be able to bring our maturity to the table where we can help to moderate. But at the same time, we do not want to kill their innovation and excitement and passion for what they are doing.
Okay.
So I do see that leadership will need to change in the way that they communicate. I do strongly feel that KPIs and to deliver commercially sustainable businesses starts with human capital and managing human capital properly. So that those are the trends. And despite everything that's going on in the world, and we'll not go into that, I still think that we really need it if we are to make good progress and have social economic growth in all countries. Because that maps back to better society, richer societies, and the betterment for everybody.
I'm going to pick up on something you said. You said we need to manage human capital properly. Is that implying that it's actually not being done properly in some cases?
I think we'll always be on this journey of managing human capital because human capital is changing. Mindsets are changing all the time. And now we don't really know what people are learning, whether it's deep fake or it's real stuff. You know, so when I talk about management of human capital, it's not that we're not doing the right thing right now. I'm sure we're doing many good things. And it's different between institutions and also countries. So we'll always be on that journey. But human capital needs to be managed 100%. And that is relevant to which country you're in, which industry you're in, how developed your management is. And that's what I mean by that.
So given that we're here in Vietnam, is there any particular trait or that you can see that you feel the managers and leaders need to improve to manage that human capital properly? What would be your advice?
In general, I think diversity of thought is very important. Because when you have people around the table who are not afraid to give their true opinions based on the background, their experiences, their perspectives, and they have psychological safety to air their thoughts or to give their thought leadership and their opinions, I believe that collectively better outcomes can happen.
So it's not just about psychological safety, it really is that diversity of thought.
Diversity of thought. Now, the reason why I don't say men and women or gender diversity is because I think it's merit first. The right person for the right job. So a good leader should not hire in their image. They should hire for their gaps. They should hire for diversity of background so that you have input. So merit first, so you can have diversity of thought, and then together you collectively make better decisions.
At the moment, what makes you feel inspired to be your best self?
I'm very inspired running my own company. Because I have so much freedom. I love it. When someone makes a phone call to me based on networking or they know me from the past, and they want to seek my opinion, my help, my partnership in certain opportunities. I think that's inspiring. Because that says a lot for the network I've built, the credibility I've built, and the work that I've done. People can see that I walk the talk. So that, to me, is something that I never want to let go of. And I want to continue to build. So far, so good. I think who says I can't? Nobody has boo-booed my name yet. Everybody says, oh, that's a great name. I thought quite hard about the name, and I said, you know what? Who says I can't name my company? Who says I can't? And it's easy to identify with that. If we are courageous, if we strongly have partners that believe in the direction of travel, and we are like-minded, and we all have our North Stars, we have our purpose and our values, that's very invigorating. And it's very exciting.
Okay. So that's what inspires you. Is there anything that you're avoiding?
Yeah, I'm avoiding having to work too hard.
Wonderful.
I'm enjoying now. I mean, don't get me wrong. Corporate, I'm a big benefactor of having been in corporate for the last 30 years. I am who I am because of corporate life. But now that I've stepped away from, I guess, 7 to 12 midnight, I don't miss that at all. Now I would not say that I'm not going back to corporate, ever. Because that's just, nobody says never, right? We all know that. So I would never say that I would never get back to corporate. But if I do, I will find an institution, or the institution will find me because they like my values, my purpose, my abilities, my leadership, and they have core values, purpose, and ambitions that totally align with me, that I know I can give 1,000% to the organization and to grow with the organization. That's what I will do, and I'll go back into corporate. But right now, I think I'm enjoying myself too much.
Okay. Now, this is your first foray into entrepreneurship.
Yes.
What triggered that?
So I read somewhere that everybody should try entrepreneurship at some point in their life because it makes them better people. I don't know. Maybe because entrepreneurship, you really get faced with failures more often than corporate life, right? In corporate, you have your buffers, you have your perimeters, you have your guidelines. They don't want you to fail because it's just too dangerous. But entrepreneurship, the guardrails are off. It's you. It's your decision making. It's your investments. Of course, you surround yourself with team, but ultimately, it's you. And so I decided, yes, I'll try that. It's a journey. I don't know what the outcome is. But as long as I am fully prepared for worst case scenario, which I am, I think I will try that a little longer.
So what advice, I mean, you spent your entire career in corporate, okay?
Yes.
So this is a very bold and brave decision to step out. And who says you can't be an entrepreneur? And you are. What advice would you give to people who are listening in on this and says, well, I've spent a few decades in corporate and I've been thinking about this entrepreneurship. Should I give it a go?
I think you have to be very prepared. There can be no waffling in terms of, oh, should I stay? Should I go? So clarity of your North Star, your values, your purposes, you have to be 100% on point. So that's the first thing, the mindset. The second thing is you need to have enough money. Because if you don't have liquidity and you have to live from hand to mouth, I do not think you have an option to be an entrepreneur. So you have to make sure that financially you're able to take this chance and still live the life that you want to live. Now, which is more important? I think the latter is more important. Affordability. And one thing I have learned that is liquidity equals freedom. Freedom to choose. So entrepreneurs out there, or new entrepreneurs, make sure you have enough money to support your ambitions.
Okay. What do people misunderstand about you the most?
They think that, they think that I'm very ambitious. I have always had a fantastic career. Once I got into the corporate world, it was progress all the way. So I think that people see me as somebody who is highly ambitious for the next job, the next better job. But I can say perhaps in my younger years, that was true. Because when we are young, that's all we pursue, the material stuff, right? The better job to get more money, to buy your first house, to buy your car, to go on holidays, to buy your Hermes bag, whatever it is. We've all been through that journey. Maybe men, you buy something else. You buy your Lamborghini, your Ferraris. But I would like I hope that comes through, that in the last years, I have changed significantly. Because success to me now is different. Success means different thing to me now. And I think the definition of success really changes with maturity, with mindset, and your North Star. So I hope that is coming through, that it's not in pursuit of the next big job. But now I'm really focused on, I'd say, doing the best that I can in what I believe in, and we talked a little bit about, bit about that, and doing a good job with that. I have 2 boys, teenagers, and I just want to be a good role model to them. And that is not giving them everything they want. It's really imparting the values that is important for being a good human being. And then, of course, we need to make money first, but it doesn't mean that you cannot be a good person while pursuing your ambitions or your commercially sustainable model.
Absolutely.
in your life. So I hope that that's coming through. I work hard at it.
So today, what does success mean to you?
In entrepreneurship, I'm not successful yet. I'm getting there. I'm not sure I'll ever be successful.
But what does success as an entrepreneur mean to you?
I hope that some of my investments will realize in the medium term. And with that extra pocket money, I would be able to set aside a fund that will be put to nurture impact and companies who are in the impact business, and to be able to help them, invest in them, help them to grow so that they in turn can do more for community. I'm not there yet. I need my investments to succeed. But meanwhile, everything that I do, hopefully, are building blocks to getting me to success. I think that I'm having the right conversations. I think I can still do better in my partnerships and my associations, and I constantly look for the right partners, the right people, the right mindsets, and I think together we can do bigger things. Yes. So wish me success, Rick.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'm still curious about the success, because I'm sensing it's not necessarily the success of your investments. It sounds like the establishment of a fund, but even that's maybe only a little milestone in it. It's what that fund's going to do and how and the impact it has on those impact organizations and their success.
Yes.
So it's
but
very...
I need to be successful in my business ventures first to be able to realize my ultimate success criteria, which is what you put very well. Thank you very much.
Yeah, but all right. Realizing a good ROI on the investments you're making so you can create that fund is one way to establish it.
Unless you would like to invest and give me that money, and then we can do the impact fund straight away.
Absolutely, that's a conversation for later. But you come from finance.
Or maybe any of your listeners would like to invest in our fund.
Absolutely,
yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So there are many ways to achieve it.
Baby steps, and baby steps. Never losing sight of your what defines success for you. I think it's already a step in the right direction.
Now, again, I'm curious. You said your definition of success changed, as you get maturer, and we've just heard what it is now. When did it change? When did it last change to what it is now?
I would say that coming to Vietnam has completely changed my leadership style. No, not completely, but changed it in a major way. So it would have been in the last 4 years where I really became a people person, driving success through human capital. Yeah, that would be it.
So basically the new job role and the new responsibilities and the change that you had to put the transformation that you had to do in that role ended up transforming you in the process.
Probably I would have to have changed myself first to be able to walk the talk, to role model, if I wanted to see change happen. So it's always a responsibility and ownership of self first to drive.
Now, in that process of transforming yourself and changing yourself first, where you had to, so you could role model things, did you have any self-doubts that popped up, and how did you overcome them?
You're always out of comfort zone. There is no 101, I believe, for CEO's diary. You manage what you manage and you roll with the punches. So to be agile, innovative, creative, sleepless nights, I think is part of the job. I think we're always switched on. We're always thinking work. Always. So that we don't know when the good ideas or the bright ideas will come to us. That's why we're always switched on. So and that's I believe that's the way that I operated. Now I have a little bit more time. I step back, take one step back to move two steps forward. I'm not in a pressure cooker anymore. But doesn't mean I don't think all the time and refine my ambitions, my success factor, what I want to do, who I want to do it with. It's not that I don't think about it, but it's definitely a different mindset.
Could you share some of your life values? I know you've been talking about values throughout, but I didn't ask you directly.
Kindness, empathy, authenticity, trust, and sometimes, I don't know whether that's a value, but we must learn how to say no. Tough love.
Maybe that's the kindness. Have to be cruel to be kind sometimes.
Definitely with kids, it has to be tough love sometimes.
Well, it's teaching boundaries, isn't it?
Yes. I think there's not enough kindness in the world.
Absolutely.
If we had more kindness, I think we'd be better off as a society.
I agree. I totally agree with that. Now, the other thing that you have been, there's an underlying theme. One has been values. The other one is have absolutely clarity in your purpose. Okay, so do you have a clear life purpose yourself?
I want to be the best person I can be, to the best of my ability within affordability. It's very general. But the reason why I'm being general is because I think, again, that changes. And it could change every day. And I brought in the term affordability. Again, I go back to, if financial stability. Because if I cannot afford to do what I want or to pursue my success factor, whatever it may be defined at that point in time, I will have to go back to work full time. And it might not be what I want to do, but I will have to do that. So that's why I have to generalize it.
Okay. Right, bit of a change in tack now. What makes you smile?
I think I'm intrinsically happy. I feel at peace. And I'm calm. So I think that really helps me smile a lot. And knowing that I have the freedom to pursue what I define as success is very liberating. So I am very happy. So I smile a lot. I do. All my friends tell me, "Oh my God, you look so relaxed. You look much younger. How are you doing, Mrs. Jeremy Button?" And, I said, "Really? I thought I always smile." He says, "No, but not the way you're smiling. You just look so relaxed." And I'm like, "Sorry." Sorry for you. But thank you very much. I don't know. So maybe people can tell. Can you tell? You've known me for a while.
It's a different smile. Maybe is there a difference between the corporate smile and the genuine smile?
Which you think my smile is genuine?
I'd say it's coming genuine. I mean, at the end of the day, you've left corporate. I mean, one of the things that you've mentioned is, yeah, corporate has targets, corporate has stress. You know, we have a role. We are the role model. We are constantly on show. You know, as the CEO. Now, all of that has been put aside, and you just pursue your passion, whatever it happens to be on the day or the month or the week. You do what you want to do, and you have the freedom and financial freedom to do that.
Yes.
Why wouldn't anybody smile?
I just want to set the record straight. I love corporate. I loved my corporate job. Loved it. I lived it. I was it. But now, because of where I am with my headspace, I love where I am now more. That might change in a couple of years. But right now, I'm smiling the genuine smile because I am in a happy place.
Yeah. You're where you need to be, which happens to be where you want to be as well.
Oh, again, you put it very well.
Okay, so if you could be remembered for one thing, what would it be?
For one thing, a transformational leader with a heart.
Ooh, with a heart. Oh, tell me more of that with a heart.
I think that we can do, there are 1,000 ways to do the same thing. Doesn't always have to be the hard way. So I like to think that I have learned how to do hard things the soft way. But the results are still the same, maybe even better, because people see your vision, they believe in your vision, they want to be on the journey with you. And through that journey, they become better corporate people, human beings. So I think the heart is a key difference.
Yeah, it really does resonate with your core values, doesn't it? Kindness, empathy,
Authenticity,
which is based on kindness and empathy in your case. Other people can be authentic, but they can not be kind.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I am trained through the financial system. I understand KPIs. I always deliver KPIs. But the way that I now run and operate is very different from just driving the numbers. So that has changed significantly for me.
And the change is what the people involvement?
Yeah, and to set the record straight as well, in case there's any misunderstanding, in order to do the things that we want to do, we have to be commercially viable and successful to fund the things that we want to do.
Yeah.
So that is always first principle, whether it's institutions or it's personal. That has to be the first principle.
Okay. What's your biggest pet peeve?
When people refuse to change because they are stubborn, they have a closed mindset, and they don't listen, that's very tough. I think that's very tough for any leader because you never want to have to be put in a position where you have to ask someone to leave. But when you put in so much effort and time to help someone change, to see a new vision, to become a better employee or person, and they refuse just because they don't want to, because their mindset is closed. That is very frustrating. And then you're put in a position where you have to decide, what to do, and it's never pleasant, the outcome.
No.
Yeah. So that's probably my pet peeve.
So, what do you do in your downtime? What do you do to de-stress apart from, at the moment, leave corporate and become an entrepreneur and do these wonderful passion projects?
I try to exercise. Right now, I'm pursuing Pte Ltd. I'm a tennis player. I enjoy being around my boys. I try to hang around them, but they don't really want me to hang around them, so I try very hard.
You said they're teenagers, yeah?
Yes.
I wonder why they don't want to hang around with you.
Yes. Yes.
It's not personal.
My first son is coming back from boarding school. He's landing today in Singapore on transit. And I said, what do you want to do? He says, I want to cook a lot and I want to go to decathlon, but that's okay. I can do that, I can do that by myself. And I'm like, no, but I want to super glue myself to you. I want to come with you. Radio silence.
I'm not coming out.
Being around them is my happy time. I do like to watch Netflix, depending on what gets my mood. And just being with friends and family is my happy time.
Great. What's the most unusual experience that you've ever had in your business career?
Oh, unusual. Gosh. Well, I'd say it has to be COVID. That was terribly unusual. Very stressful, very taxing, unprecedented. Remember, that was like the word of the entire COVID season. You didn't know whether what you were doing was right or wrong. You just did the best of your ability with the tools and the resources that you had. And in banking, we were a critical resource. We couldn't close. We had to operate. We had to provide the services. And we were still under governance and regulation. Oh, that was interesting. So I would say probably COVID.
Okay. That was in business. How about in life in general?
In life, unusual or the most impactful?
Unusual.
Had a pretty steady trajectory in my career. But probably unusual would be me leaving safe and secure Singapore for an opportunity in emerging market, exciting, growing Vietnam was very unusual for me. I never wanted to take an overseas appointment. But at that time, I did it for many reasons. Number one, clearly it was a huge opportunity because it was a big step up from my role in markets to a country role. So that to me was a big step up in career. But what really also encouraged me to do that was because my boys was really at the formative age where I wanted to give them a different experience, to broaden their horizons, to teach them life skills rather than just being in a system that works.
The Singapore system.
yes, I mean, Singapore is fantastic. That's why so many people stay in Singapore. But I wanted them to get life skills that they would probably take a long time or if never acquire in Singapore. And that's unusual. So that's when my mindset started to change. And I did it for not only ambition, personal, but also for
The family.
something else, family. So when I told them, hey, I've got this great opportunity and we are moving to Vietnam, my elder boy says, okay. The younger one burst into tears. That's how different they are. But I said, hey, we're going. Right? That's when you have tough love, right?
Tough love.
There's a big opportunity. We are going. Because I think at that time, I felt that it was the right thing to do. For me, for them, for us as a family unit. Yes, and you know what? So I was right.
It was what? Yeah.
I was
you
right.
were right. You were right.
It has been wonderful for all of us.
That's great. That's lovely. Now, if listeners want to get hold of you, what's the best way of trying to get hold of you?
Well, I am on LinkedIn.
Okay.
Please look for me on LinkedIn under Michele Wee. Michele with one L.
Yeah, we will put all of the contact details in the show notes. So.
Yes. Yeah, I think LinkedIn is the best because I do get a lot of people reaching out through LinkedIn. And clearly, if you know one of my friends and you want to get my phone number or email, feel free to do so. I don't think we're going to post that on social.
No.
Yes. And well, I look forward to connecting with like-minded people, see what progress we can make collectively.
Okay. And we'll also put details of your website, okay? Because surely, who says I can't? It can apply to anyone, but especially to you.
Yes.
Now, what's in closing? What's one question that you wish I had asked you, but I never did?
You asked a lot. Let me think. No, actually, I don't. I think you did a really good job. You're good at your job. Well done.
Thank you.
I think we were comprehensive, but you also gave me the opportunity to share a lot of my inner thoughts. So this is quite an unusual podcast for me, and there was no prep at all. But I think we got the gist of it, and so I want to thank you very much for allowing me to share my innermost thoughts. Hope it's helpful.
You are most welcome, Michele. So that comes to the end of this week's episode. Thank you, everybody, for joining us, and a huge thanks to Michele for sharing all about her wonderful journey as the former CEO of Standard Chartered Bank here in Vietnam, and this amazing journey she is now on, because who says she can't?
Who says I can't? Thanks,
All
Rick.
right. Thanks, Michele, and thank you, listeners, and we'll see you on the next episode.